Red is dropping a bar at least, almost.
Feel bad for him. Oh well.
Daniel's a medic main.
Okay, fantastic. Brandy's streaming. So.
Daniel's a medic main. That's a lot of medic mains.
She also plays ninja. I think probably Unity's going to go with the double ninja strategy. Same as usual. It's quite good against TC because soldiers. Not sure. Lara was playing heavy offense before though, so that could be quite interesting to see how that works. And that's going in the stream highlights. Misky misspelling rule.
Unlucky.
Bet in some is going to be soldier.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, pretty decent rosters from both teams.
And Daniel will probably be their medic offense.
Daniel's definitely going to be their medic offense. He's one of the strongest cappers on Unity, so I'd say he's definitely got an advantage.
Yeah, but medic capping in the current meta isn't exactly.
It's not the best
at all.
Daniel can pull it off. That's the thing. It's not easy to do, but Daniel's one of the people that can pull it off. Whether he'll be able to pull it off with June around, though, I don't know.
As long as there's no ninjas in the way and you're good at webbing, then you should be able to.
June will play ninja, and he will keep going for you. And I don't know how Daniel's going to fight. Daniel's going to fight June. I don't know if that's going to happen. You can definitely fight a lot of people, but
okay, we are starting.
Okay, let's start.
So for the stream, the rules are mandatory match rules: no ninja capping, a maximum of 1 archer, assassin, pyro, and mage, as well as 2 medics and 4 heavies.
Interesting how many heavies they're choosing to use. Yep. I see 3 heavies on TC side for a second there.
I don't like. Okay, yeah, they're gonna switch. Obviously.
I would have had the several heavies, to be honest. That would have done really well against Unity's defense. I'm not sure why they switched. Oh well. I see 3 soldiers from Unity.
Yeah, they're going to be running. It's just going to be time they can afford to run that, which honestly is very strong here.
Destroying. Daniel did kill June there, but I mean, he
has a lot of damage in this leg room.
Yeah. With that said, Insomniac stole him straight away.
He's taking a lot of damage on him, has not gotten the medic. Ira's going to still go up middle, actually. Going to get assassinated, I believe, or frenzied, actually.
But that's several steals in the first minute.
Whereas on the other side,
and it only takes 1 more. And to be fair, I do not like Sporty Man playing Archer, but I mean, they don't really have an Archer.
Well, who else on Red's going to play it?
Yeah, plays Archer now.
Yeah, well, Participator played a bit of Archer at one point, but there's nobody on Unity that really plays Archer. And let's be real, man is not. I do not like where he is. Put it that way. I think that's a really silly place to go. The only thing that's really saving Unity at the moment is the fact that TC's.
He's giving Joker free top control.
Yeah, that's the problem. As soon as you got the advantage of.
Well, if Watch playing defensive, yeah. See, so that's a headshot that wouldn't have come through if he was on, like, down by spawn. Top control is so important on this map.
Yeah, the Joker can headshot stuff. Yeah, you really like to have just because of how much you can do with the right. I'm not sure.
Well, the thing with Sporty is Sporty has an incredibly small window to headshot these spike carriers.
Yeah.
Whereas Joker can just move around the entire map based on where he is, and
I do prefer where Sporty is right now. That's a better position because he can start trying to headshot.
I mean, it's better, but there's no way it's as good as top mid.
No, I mean, top mid is the best place on this map. With that said, Sporty does seem to be a bit rusty because he did actually just miss Ash in a very small window.
Well, that's the thing. Look where he is now. His window's gone. Like, he's not going to be able to headshot anyone now.
He didn't headshot a single thing there.
Yeah, so they're going to come in. Actually, June's very clean, but doesn't actually be able to flag there.
I mean, June did die there, but it was only because his other.
If that keeps happening, they'll eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Okay, Sporty's finally come up to the middle. Thank you. Finally got.
So now we're gonna possibly see an Archer battle here between Joker.
Well, Joker wasn't seeing him, so he did die. But I think, well, to be honest, Joker doesn't fight Archers, so I think Sporty might actually have an advantage here.
Well, I don't know though, because Sporty doesn't even like
I am
Please.
watching June's view right now. He's about to go into the flag room as Soldier
Iris
drops.
steals the other side. Out clean.
Yeah, but June
June
has
is
no one
still-
on him. The Archer is actually right by him, so that works against the Archer. Looks like
Yeah,
he's going to get up to mid right now.
He's not an archer main. So
Iris
There
actually
is
clean
2
with the
ninjas
medic.
up there.
yeah, June's not going to die. Yeah, he's gotten through.
Okay, he's on fire now, though.
He's on fire, but I mean,
Pyra's around, I think.
Yeah.
Ira has 4 stake, got the restore. Going
Okay,
top.
Ash
June is safe.
gets the heal.
Okay, now it's a question of whether or not Eeyore can get out, and she's
So-
being.
Ira's out of wall climb here, just saying.
June gets headshotted.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Ira gets knocked forward actually by Joker Knight into a position where
Eeyore's
very
actually
far.
Well, I was watching June's view in F5, so it looked like headshot, but maybe an assassin. He
Well,
has
yeah,
always had problems with them.
He healed, so it wasn't going to be.
Ira has all
June
4
kills
stakes
the
still actually. This is gonna be a capture here. She can live
Is
through
it?
this right now.
June actually gets into the flag as this Swift.
There you go, though. 'Cause
Killer's in
now-
their flag
now
room.
Swift's out.
The opposite
Swift's
flag
out,
room is
so-
Pyro.
That's a restore onto Ira.
I will say, Unity's playing this very defensively, and it's
So both flight carriers are soldiers.
the only thing
with
that can
medics.
save. The only thing that can stop.
Oh, that was nearly knocked in his spawn.
Eeyore's under a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
All
gets
those
the
things.
heal there from Daniel,
Oh,
but gets
headshot.
headshotted.
Another headshot. Another
Multiple
headshot.
headshots.
And here comes.
Quality handoffs.
Killer nearly got the frenzy there. He had frenzy, but he just got killed at last second.
Those were planned handoffs.
Still, that was close for Eeyore. She could.
Already actually almost headshots Swit, but now she's
Joker is
shooting
still
them.
alive. He just killed everyone who was going after him.
Oh my god, that's impressive.
And Versions goes down too. He's
Joker's
still alive.
actually really good with a sword. Not so
I
good
mean,
with aiming. but he's
Relative to
definitely-
Unity, anyways.
Yeah. He's definitely come quite good. Unfortunately, the constant harassment is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 7 kills.
Yeah, and you gotta think that entire kill streak is flight carriers and support,
Yeah.
so that's like really.
That's pretty damn good. He's not good with an archer in an archer fight, but he's definitely good at able to handle himself against a ninja.
Well, giving any archer just free open space to shoot is.
That's a lot of red people.
So in
Yeah.
that sense, he's kind of the opposite of you, Chaos.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You are quite welcome.
So there are a lot of people supporting Ira right now,
Yeah.
and usually TC is usually the team that leaves a lot of people with their flight carrier. TC only has 3 players
Yeah.
with flight carrier right now. Unity has
Yeah.
like 6.
This is kind of not good for Unity though, because I mean that can mean that.
Joker's getting harassed again. He had a couple shots that came close, but it looks like he's not getting out of this. There's a
Yeah,
soldier
I
on
don't
him
think
as
he's
well
gonna
as a
be able to get it
ninja.
here. He might get one shot actually right here,
Okay,
but he's gonna die.
With that said, he did get
There is
close.
still a lot of pressure on the flag holder right now.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, once that medic goes on cooldown, any damage is permanent until.
well, Unity's playing very defensive, so I mean you can have a lot of people just defend, just recov, and eventually one of them's going to get it. Just keep the pressure.
Well, in a match of this size, you could honestly send like double, even maybe triple soldier, and once that medic goes on cooldown,
Yeah, we saw that in the TNSC match.
yeah, once that medic goes on cooldown, you just out PvP them.
Blues is doing some damage, not really enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Both teams are playing extremely defensive here. However, TC is getting a lot more pressure on ER than vice
Yeah.
versa.
Elvira is doing a lot of
We would
damage.
be looking at a very different situation, though, I think, if Jin hadn't been assassinated there, though.
Yeah, TC would have capped if he hadn't been assassinated.
Hmm.
It's definitely in TC's favor at the minute.
One thing to point out though is that TC had a 15-minute stalemate on Blackout earlier today already.
It's definitely not their day for
So-
Blackout. They are still winning, so.
Well, that's the thing. Whoever, if it's a long stalemate, whoever comes out on top, that's a huge
We'll probably
advantage
win
over
the
them.
map, yeah.
Well, not necessarily win the map, but like getting
Yeah.
half the timer out and ending with a cap out
Well,
of it.
I like the double heavy, but it's kind of a waste on Blackout.
There's a pyro coming from blue team actually above.
Yeah, so a lot of the support just went after Joker there, which means Eeyore is relatively exposed right now. The medic's still there.
This
on the-
pyro could actually get in position here if he plays
Yeah,
this right.
he's not being seen. Elvira does not see him.
He could actually farm frenzy off of her. I don't know if he has it. Let's see.
He's in a position where he can. He's coming back now.
He has
Oh
frenzy.
shit, Killer gets the frenzy, hit, but
so-
misses.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. That was unfortunate positioning.
Yeah, I must have been
That would've
like
been That would have been
low hearts there.
maybe 2 hearts.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, she was 2.5 max plus fire tick. She was probably like 2 hearts, yeah.
And I mean, Killer managed to do that once. He could probably do it again.
Yeah, they're just sending like bots that a lot of people after Joker, and it opens up for Killer just to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely working well. The
So
versions
they have Megan supporting the flag holder now as well, which means the
versions
fire's
seen a
off Nico.
pyro, but no.
Yeah. Well, that's what Killer was doing, is he was staying with Swit until he got Frenzy, and then going across.
It works.
So it
really
looks like
nicely.
Lexus Rose, or April Fool right now, is actually targeting the support much more so than the flag holder.
Yeah.
Like she was going after the medic there as well, which I think is Heavy's role at this point.
Yeah, you can't just sit there and crit the soldier. The medical just heal it up.
The recovery does look relatively disjointed though at this
Yeah.
point in time. They weren't going together until a second ago.
Yeah, that pyro, or actually the pyro's coming back now.
Yeah.
He's fighting.
I think he just got Frenzy off of Elvira again.
Yeah, he does
Or
have
if not,
Frenzy.
he has 3 hits.
He has Frenzy. Yep. He's gonna get
Joker's,
knocked down here though, and he's not expecting it. He's gonna have to stay here and go for a lucky Frenzy.
okay, Joker's actually getting trying to
Pyro's
headshot.
extremely headshot.
I think
forward
he figured I think he figured that he could just distract for the rest of recovery at this point. That's what he
Yeah.
was saying in chat.
Joker's actually distracting participating, which is good.
now. One thing to note though is when they sent him in there, Ira went to a spot that was extremely easy to headshot.
Yeah. As soon as
So
I don't
he's
see the assassin there.
I don't see. No. Okay, so now Unity's actually playing more recov centered, which is probably a good thing given they really need to start putting pressure on.
You know what they could do? They could put the assassin like on top of spawn Archer by flag room, and then use the pyro to force Ira out towards spawn.
It could
Versions
happen, that's why-
kills the pyro going across mid as well.
Participate is doing,
Okay,
but not really.
Megan doesn't have Frenzy, I think, but she is headed around
What is
the.
actually full stake here? Oh, there's
Oh
no
yeah, she
assassin
had
on.
Frenzy, but she used it against June.
There are a lot of people on Swit actually. I think she's gonna be fine, but
That was not a smart move. I will say that was not a smart move by Megan, just because now June.
Yeah.
now they know where she is, and their entire team is dead.
She's
And
just dead.
dead.
I mean, if June had spotted her, but
Yeah. But even so, he missed the pearl. I mean, she had time to go and attack the Sweat.
Yeah, she's doing that kind of defense, charging out Frenzy by hitting
If she managed to kill June there, and then
and uses Frenzy there. I
there's
have
a
to.
lot of people that they have to put on Joker to get rid of him.
Yeah,
that's
they're
not-
putting way too many people on the Archer for them to not get a recovery here.
I mean, it's good in the set. It's good for TC in the sense that they're putting so
No,
much.
it is worth noting that this is TC's map, so a long stalemate here does in some ways benefit Unity,
Hmm.
because then they get to move on to their pick.
However, whatever team
The
does
longer
win
they
this
can
stalemate
stall
will be
the
a big advantage.
But it is worth noting that both teams tend to run the same kinds of offense and defense. So I mean, maps that tend to benefit Unity will probably also
I mean,
benefit.
on maps like Blackout, it's pretty
Okay.
like standard defense-wise. Now the only difference is some teams run more ninjas, some teams run more soldiers.
Yeah, but the difference tends to be the offense in that both teams run high soldier offenses. So
Yeah.
any map that Unity kind of likes, it's likely that the offensive TC will also appreciate.
Heavy and Chemist are actually fairly useful on this map.
Who would you give the
I-
PvP advantage to? That's the question.
It is. I would
Fairly
give a
even.
slight advantage to TC, I think, broadly speaking, but it goes down to player, like each individual player.
Oh, Joker managed to get a lot of headshots there.
Yeah, one team's not like just straight better than the other.
It's definitely not straight. There's definitely.
I mean, I would say the best PvPers right now are probably June and G Henry in the game.
Yeah,
Definitely.
well, June's the best on the server, like I think, no doubt.
June can put out so much damage.
Participated isn't terrible, but he's not.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
good.
Versions is pretty good. Sporty is not terrible either.
Yeah.
Reasonably good.
Sporty Man's actually it does quite a bit of damage when he's
Blue,
ninja.
Blue used to be good, but Blue like hasn't played in like forever.
Yeah,
That's something to note. Blue has like 3 logins on Brawl,
yeah.
and
And then Daniel's decent as well.
Daniel's good. Yeah. But he's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage while he's mid.
well, yeah.
And then for TC, they have some reasonably good PvPers as well.
Yeah.
Besides June and G Henry.
June. I can't really
I mean,
gauge on
Joker
him.
has been relatively impressive.
Yeah, he's been showing well this match so far.
Swid is a little bit underrated, I think, as well.
Hmm.
And Killer's decent. Lara's decent.
Peg's okay.
Peg, we don't really see as much because she mainly plays assassin.
Assassin, yeah.
We didn't really see that.
But she is one of the better PvPers on this current TC roster. But again, like you said, on Assassin, we're not really going to see any of that.
Large destroys Kills and Gasco. Okay, this could be good for.
I mean, it also does come down to sort of
Yeah.
what are the weak spots as far as PvP goes on either team.
Yeah.
There's not really that much of a weak spot. They're all fairly similar.
I would sort of say Megan is a little bit of a weak spot
The
for
Pyro, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind
looked
of
at stats of one of the matches I refed a while back, and the amount of damage Megan outputted compared to the, or output rather, compared to the enemy Pyro was extremely low. And Pyro is a PvP class more or less now, with the way Frenzy works.
now that you need the frenzy, yeah.
So that's something that's fairly important. Is if you can't land those hits, then it
It doesn't matter
Like-
how good you are. It doesn't matter how much
well, the
damage.
cost itself just becomes
If you're
worse.
not hitting anything, you're not going to be doing anything.
You know.
Emily seems to be running around a fair bit. I'm not sure how I like that. Okay, so TC's sending in one soldier at the moment. June's coming on offense. That's
Okay, we do have a bit of a push here from Unity. The ninjas have gone
Both
down,
teams
but they still
actually
have
have a
3
lot of
people,
people.
and the assassin's coming in. Swit saw it at the last second though, but the assassin lasted a bit longer than that.
At the same
actually.
time, Ear is being pressured a lot. There are like 4 players on her, however they're getting thinned out here, and the Pyro was able to kill one
Okay,
or
it
two.
looks
of them.
like Unity's push is about to
Oh,
die
that's a
out.
headshot almost. Oh, that was close.
If
Joker
Joker,
is headshotting a lot of people, none of them are the flag carrier.
if Joker had been a
Well,
little bit,
unfortunately for TC, I think a lot of people just went in to help
Yeah.
support against that push from Unity. So it did work out in that sense that they slowed down the second wave for TC.
Yeah.
Version said he needs a sub.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not good because Versions is probably one of their better PvPers. The fact that he
Well,
has
he
to,
was playing what ninja defense as well, which is
yeah, it's kind of important.
pretty
On this.
important on this map.
Whether it's important on the next map, I don't know. But
I participated just respawned as one of his associated ninjas showed up to try and attack
Okay.
Swit. So I think that was kind of a bad timing there.
Yeah.
oh well, it's what happens.
Anyway.
It's not, it's
There
just,
are, the amount of people on Ira is ridiculous.
yeah. Okay, so Killer is mage now. That could be quite interesting.
They just sent like 3 ninjas after Joker.
I think
They're not letting
Killer's
him get another
trying
shot
to
now.
Lightning Eeyore out of the
He's had a Pyro brand, you know, it was Killer. He's been sneaking around, so he might be hidden right now.
we are now 15 minutes into the game, and I don't really see.
Killer is Mage.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I really don't like. Mage isn't gonna do anything with this many people on her.
well, not with that.
Actually, I think this is the situation where Mage does help. You want to knock people away, you want to freeze them, you want to control the area.
But instead of
Now, I don't know
Pyro,
how
though-
good of a dedicated Mage Killer is, and
He's
he
not
might not
dedicated
be
in
able
any
to
sense, but-
control people that well, but right here, he's already baited 3 people.
Well,
over to him.
here's my point of view though. Like, is it more worthwhile than having a Pyro on Rico though? Because they're not running a Pyro right now. They're running the Mage instead of the Pyro.
I think yes, actually. In some regards, you would want someone else to play Pyro, but you could have G. Henry go Pyro now that he's Mage.
What if you
Oh,
want
they're discussing possibly cutting 10 minutes off of Blackout.
cutting it down to 20 minutes? That's interesting because that'll leave it.
Well, it'll be 3 minutes left, so I'll do it at 180 if that's what they agree on.
Um.
Oh, apparently not. Never mind. They're not going to. Okay.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Maybe they're trying to win or stall out TC more. I don't know.
This is a this map is pretty hard to recover off of or recover on without pressure from an archer.
It's
Unity
worth.
has that right now, really.
Unity's actually managed to stall out TC for a good 10 minutes, which is definitely going to benefit them when it comes to their pick, as we've already said.
Oh yeah, and imagine Unity gets a recovery here and ends up capping the siege.
That's huge for Unity, definitely.
Yeah.
Playing defensively seems to be working at the minute, but I mean, they're not really going to be recovering, I don't think, just because they're putting so many on defense.
One thing I'd like to note is that the 2 medics are talking back and forth in chat. So
That's not good.
could have been an issue.
Could have been a problem, I definitely think.
So that's a 6-person recovery now for TC in
Yeah,
various
Unity
stages.
seems to have sent more people on recovery as well. They don't seem to have as many people with them.
Not seem to be getting much.
Probably
Jack,
gonna have
really good
some
job of.
Yeah, there's like barely anyone with Swit actually. She has what? Heavy
Yeah.
medic ninja.
Joker is roughly moving into position, being harassed by Sporty. He does get one headshot there.
Yeah. I mean,
Redis hasn't going on.
doing more damage as a ninja. Put it that way.
I don't know. I'm honestly all
This is a
for. Like,
very defensive setup for Unity, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a lot
They're-
of soldiers on.
They're not
Pyro.
likely going to recov at the moment.
Yeah,
Just because
it's really. I really don't like the idea that Daniel's complaining a bit about Blackout being a stalemate when it's his team that's playing a lot more defensively.
Defensively, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, his team is the reason it's existing. TC has like 4 people to fight.
Which is
carry,
not a
Unity has,
knock
like,
on
7.
Unity's strategy, of course. It's working
It's
out
not
relatively
wrong.
well as far as keeping the flag holder alive, and if that is their objective.
If they keep,
I mean,
if they're trying to stall out the map,
TC's
then-
map.
Okay,
It's
so
a
we have
5-cat map.
Homework or Yo-Yoris coming in, presumably for Versions.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, Versions is subbed out now.
This is
It's
TC's map pick. It's a 5-cap map. If they draw this, that's pretty.
And draw it at 0-0.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty big.
participated switch to Archer. That's not going to work because
Because the next map is Unity's map. Has whatever happened. 0-0 on Blackout. Yeah.
Participated is not a bad archer, though.
participated isn't a bad Archer. I wouldn't say he's a good Archer either.
I mean, I think he's better than Sporty, who was on it previously.
Yeah.
It's mediocre.
There's-
Sporty has now switched over to targeting Joker.
He's
Yeah.
probably the best archer on this
On
Unity
Unity.
roster at the moment. Looking at it.
So Participated is actually relatively unseen right now.
Yeah.
And Swit's actually like really exposed at the moment.
Okay, June sees him
Okay. Yeah.
And
it's
Ninja
just-
Pearl's in there, not invisible, and just dies.
and
instantly.
gets knocked into the void.
Yeah. Okay, so TC's basically defending is pretty normal, pretty strong.
Yeah, this map without any kind of archer influence is.
Yeah.
Megan has Frenzy right now, and she's going around the far side.
I
I
actually
don't think
almost
she's been
got recovered on
spotted.
by an assassin there. It was like a split-second block.
Yeah, I don't see Megan either. It's interesting.
No, she's going around the far side, as I said.
Yeah, yeah.
TC
like-
had
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think Switch just saw her.
Very far. It's coming
Oh,
right
the
now.
archer's there too. So you
But-
have simultaneous. Okay,
was
the
a
archer fell
four.
down. But she
Uh,
just burned that frenzy way too fast. Now
Yeah.
she's still gonna
Hitting
get
you
killed
with
by the
it.
same.
No, she's not going to get killed, but she's going to take a lot of damage.
and she's gonna use another frenzy there. Yeah, she used the frenzy on no one when she wasn't even close to the
Yeah.
flight carry.
I think maybe she thought the ninja, or maybe it was a misclick. Either way, it cost her
Yeah.
that.
Well, what you gotta do there is you gotta try to run through that and like see if you can get like knocked towards the flight carry or something. Because you're just gonna die if
So
you don't.
Peg is just getting taken out repeatedly by roaming.
It's kind of interesting that the insta kill classes and Pyro are just not having an effect on the match at the minute. It's rare.
Well, when you have that much, the thing about all the insta-kill classes going on recovery is you have
so much
relatively little health, and when you have that little health, that means you can get chipped down, worn down by roaming. So even if they don't kill you the first time, the flag holders are right by spawn, so the ninja just comes back out and
Yeah.
gets another 2 stake down and keeps
And with
going.
stuff like ninja on recovery here, like with stuff like Archer, you need a ninja there basically,
Yeah,
and that ninja's gonna die extremely quickly. Like
Which is why
Yeah.
I really will still argue that ninja is the best class in CTF, as far as playing the objective goes.
well, it's incredibly mobile.
it
and-
works well on every role, which is something very few classes do anymore.
Yeah.
Chemist used to be an example of a class that was able to do that. However, doesn't really do it that much anymore.
even
I
if
mean,
it
Soldier
does
kind of.
damage.
Depending on maps, you may have heavy be better overall in some
Heavier
cases,
soldier.
or soldier better overall in some cases.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
medic is
yeah.
definitely important, but I don't know if it's the best class.
Yeah.
In a map like Opposites Collide,
Medic's just necessary, but that doesn't make it the
the better class.
Yeah,
same thing with like Pyro and
except on
Assassin.
like Opposites Collide.
but
Whereas on Opposites
ninja
Collide, Medic
dominates
can
mobility
But
as a
it's not
class,
doing anything.
and mobility is probably the most important thing on CTF.
Well, especially on recovery. Ninja, like even after Ninja receiving like multiple nerfs and sword damage values being switched like 6 times, like the class
Yeah.
is always relevant on recovery. Like regardless of what was done to it.
Well, what's that? That's interesting. That was an elf, I think. Was that
Actually,
Anyway,
Elf
isn't it-
could be pretty interesting
that
here,
could be,
however.
that could be quite unique if that was an elf. I
And
think
Elf could work on Unity's side, but I don't think it'll work for TC because there's too many people around
yeah, the only
IOR
thing,
for.
plus the position she's in. Like she's
And Elf
under,
can definitely land multiple shots in a row on Switch here, though.
I'm gonna be back in a second.
Depends on how good the Alphas are aiming, but yeah.
Io, on the other hand, there's no way multiple arrows are gonna hit her.
Oh,
Like,
there's an Archer. Archer set up. He could actually headshot here. Okay.
but the thing is, like, there's so many people. They have someone on the archer immediately, actually.
There's an assassin, but no.
He's gonna have a little window here after he kills this ninja, if he kills this ninja. And they actually get a second one on him, so it's a really good call.
No, he's not. He's now not in a position to headshot.
2 soldiers on Io. Medic might be on cooldown, which, nope, there's the restore.
Okay, he could still get a headshot here, but no.
If the medic was on, whatchamacallit, cooldown there, Io could have died, but
Yeah.
saves the restore there, which is nice.
Once again, we're at a stalemate.
Yeah, this is,
This is probably gonna end the match at this rate.
we could see something though, it's blackout, like, crazy shit happens.
Crazy shit can happen, but at the moment,
I don't know, I'll die to, like, random assassins and shit in stalemates like this all the time though, like, it happens.
yeah, it can happen, I guess.
And it feels like shit when it happens too, like,
Okay,
they're like,
this is in a new spot. He's not actually getting any shots off, but
one thing I do want to see, though, is like the flag carriers will transition closer to the flag as we get closer to the end of the map in case the recovery comes through, right?
yeah, I do
So-
not want it took them to kill that assassin.
While they're transitioning, that's when we could see like an assassin or an archer or pyro or something like that come in and get a recovery. So that's something I'll be watching out for. We still have like 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes until that.
5.5 minutes, man.
Well, I mean, until that becomes relevant, until they start wanting to like move
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
flag. But once that does happen, we see a lot of recoveries in there. Like, especially, like, a lot of times one team will recover, then the other team will go to cap, and will be, like, an assassin or something waiting.
I will say the
So-
more mobile of the two teams seems to be Unity. They're just using so many ninjas. They can be everywhere at
Well,
once.
they have so many people on IRA that it's incredibly hard for TC to recover. And, I mean,
Ninjas are everywhere. Like, they can be everywhere at once. It's a pain in the ass for them to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, like, June is doing such a good job of killing a lot of them, but I mean, they can come back in a few seconds. And there's 2 soldiers, yeah, but how much damage are they really going to get off before? Like, they get swarmed by. Yep, healed again. I don't think they're going to recover. I don't think. That's
yeah,
gonna
it's unlikely.
I mean,
Well, neither flag carriers even dropped the flag. There hasn't been, like, a headshot or anything at all. Like,
there hasn't been a single headshot now.
which,
I think it's partly because June
25 minutes in the blackout, that's...
for like archers, yeah, that's not good. Or you know,
I mean, stalemates like this, you'll see the flag carrier get headshotted, like, once or twice in this amount of time, like, normally. Whether or not the recovs come through is a different
I
thing,
should
but...
give that credit to June, and he's just destroying the archer before he even gets close.
Split is in a very bad spot, actually, here.
It's not a good spot at all. No, he can get crit out here.
Medic's dead. Soldier on her. This ninja needs to, like, hit her and not
There's
just sit there.
ninjas everywhere. This could be a problem.
She's fine now. Ash is all the way back. They waited too long.
Participate is getting attacked by Joker, so
She's moving around a lot, though. An assassin or something could jump down here and do work.
it's interesting to see that Joker is actually playing soldier now.
Do
Well,
they not have an archer?
they do not have an archer now.
I mean, it kind of makes sense with where Ira is. There's so many people around here that it's like,
Like, there's no way you can get a headshot in anyway.
yeah.
Well, not at least a headshot that matters. They can get a lot of headshots, but not.
Well, I mean, headshotting support's pretty big too, though.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, it is, but you know that.
I think
suppose-
assassin could get a recap on either of these carriers actually, because they're moving around a hell of a lot when people come in.
June is just doing so much damage.
If an assassin gets onto either of these guys, well, there's like 2 soldiers and like a heavy, we could see a
I don't
recovery
think-
come through.
I wouldn't say an easy recovery, but I'd say it's a possible.
Well, it's probably the most likely, you know,
Yeah.
out of anything we can see right now, because both teams have really shied away from the archer here.
Hmm.
Pyros are both playing defensive.
I don't like the fact
Oh,
that was so close.
oh, that's another one. That's a medic with a flag now. They need to get ninjas here to prevent a handoff.
Okay,
What
now
you do in this situation is you just spam ninjas
spam
to prevent a
ninjas.
handoff.
Okay, Joker's been damaged, but now he's got a hand over.
They need to have a ninja there 24/7. They don't have a chemist to check yet.
Oh,
That's
the
bad.
ninja's there. The ninja's there.
Yeah. So what happens is what they need to do is one ninja needs to go for him and the other needs to stay invis then walk in when that one dies.
That was poor decision timing.
And they
Come on.
just do that. They just do that back and forth until the medic's dead or they pass.
That's so sad. That is so sad. That's not going to do it.
I honestly think TC can recover here.
Okay, yeah, they can recover because they can't heal him whilst he's in.
Still not able to get the heal.
Nasty.
They
Okay,
need to
now-
they need to keep sending in medics here. That's the restore, I believe.
Now they can.
He's looking for the handoff. He's looking for the handoff.
He's looking. Okay,
Oh,
now.
that was close.
Oh, that
Almost
was-
back in the spawn, actually, as well.
Yeah, now EO's got it back again. That was very.
Alright,
depressing.
yeah, that's game, I think.
Yeah,
Unless we could see some like crazy shit though, because she's in a really bad spot at the moment.
Yeah, she's still not safe. They've got several ninjas on her.
What made her drop it first? Was that a headshot?
I think she died. Yeah, the headshot. Finally got a
Must have
headshot.
been, because there was like almost no one on her, and the two
Jump
people
got,
that
like-
died after.
She got like 3 kills before he was harassed by like half of.
Tiger's coming in here actually, and Iris moving around a lot. This could be an assassin, but the assassin dies right there.
And again, there's still a lot of recovery on. Henry's getting quite a few hits as well. Lara's around. Could get some damage output. Oh, nearly. No, this is going to be, yeah. Lara's still there. There's still a potential. No, okay.
Alright, so now both flag carriers are probably going to start moving towards flag.
Yeah, this is the riskiest part of the map.
An assassin or something can come out from around the corner here, hiding by flag.
Recovery is doing better than.
They honestly might not risk it, because like giving up a cap at the end of a 30-minute stalemate isn't something you want to do, and you might just honestly like just not care about the cap, just don't die, you know.
And let's not forget, they could actually lose this. They could still lose this. I don't think they're going to, but you know they
Well,
could.
here's the thing: they have 10 seconds basically to start moving towards the flag.
Yeah.
And at that point, if
No.
either team recovers, they're not going to reach. Like once we hit 20 seconds, that's like
Yeah.
the threshold. If they're not moving by then,
Well, Unity's managed to turtle TC out of a victory.
okay.
but
So yeah, neither team is going to cap.
no, I mean TC has managed to Unity's managed to turtle their way to a draw.
Well, a 30-minute 5-cap map ends in a 0-0 draw,
Yeah,
and it's
So-
the other team's pick. That's
I would
very
say
good.
they definitely had a lot more pressure on. I'd say that the pressure was definitely on. I mean, Unity weren't really even trying to recover at one point.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly a bad idea coming from them.
Yeah,
Next
I mean,
map is.
I'm interested to see the stats for that because that would have been like just kill Horde Central. I expect. Let's see how much damage people did. Oh my god! Yeah, no kidding.
Oh.
Can you link me to the?
Yeah, I'll give you the stats for that.
I want
No,
to look at the pyros actually.
June did so much damage. June did more damage than Joker.
Well, yeah, June does a lot of damage. Ninja,
Yeah,
defensive
he
ninja
killed
and
more
soldier are
and did
usually
more
the
damage.
highest.
No, he killed more and did more damage than Joker.
Yeah, June's strong. What was
This might
13 Megan and Killer?
Pretty bad.
Like, oh my god. Let's have a quick look. Let's just have a quick look. Elvira did a lot of damage actually. So, considering.
Killer did 700 more damage than Megan.
Yeah, that's a lot.
They had equal kills though, but that means that there's a lot of damage put out.
June's got the highest damage output. Not really surprising.
Well, by far actually.
700.
600, 700, yeah, that's a lot
Yeah.
there.
Second was Elvira. Elvira did more damage than Henry.
Oh yeah.
But then you also have to take into account how much damage.
Who was Unity Assassin?
Unity's assassin? That was Ulku.
Yeah, Oku
I really honestly hope
did a
that
lot
new
more.
medic
Oku
has-
had like over double the kills and almost double damage of Pega.
Yeah, that's not sounding good. Okay, this map is not going to benefit either team very well.
I think this is just not TC's map.
It's not a good map for TC.
Like, I think Unity has the advantage here, and that being said, Iori is like completely out. Gets recovered on there. That shouldn't have happened. She should have known the assassin was there.
This is not. Well, I mean, TC's used to having soldiers all the time, and you cannot use soldier on this map.
Well, okay, you can use soldier, but you need a heavy distraction. Like you need someone to grab the flag and run out a different way.
The
If you go
damage
bottom, then take the sponge to up
This
top as soldier. It's actually really effective.
This is Daniel's time to shine because Daniel can really use the webs well on this map.
Medicapping is actually fairly decent on this map. Swit's out as heavy
Okay,
top
so
with a medic.
Daniel is dead, and Switz managed to get out. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of support
There's
on
a
Swit.
lot of
There's also a
recall.
lot of recovery.
but I mean, there's a lot of support as well.
Things
but
kill Ash. They're focusing Swit, but it doesn't matter because Ash is gonna heal her
Yeah.
up.
the only thing, yeah,
Assassin's gonna die there. Yeah, they need. if they focused Ashton, they might have recovered.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Now June is playing heavy. Her participate is out.
Yeah,
June
he's
is
not
down.
going top 2 and gets recovered on there, actually.
Okay.
No
He must
medic
have
with
taken
him,
so much damage in the flag room. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to probably be a cap for TC. So like
which
what
is a
you
big...
didn't say that this isn't TC's map, but TC managed to cap in the first 2 minutes.
Well, this, like, TC members have said that, like, this is one of their worst maps, right?
Yeah.
So if they can come out ahead on this, then...
That's not going to be good for Unity, and especially because it's their pick as well. June is playing offensive heavy. That's going to be painful. I'm interested to see how much damage June does. I'm just going to have a quick June cam. I want to see how much damage she does in this flag room. Okay, he's going in.
If
I think
Unity want,
this
if
is
Unity's
distraction.
going to cap, I just really hope it's going to be Daniel. Does medic
Okay,
cap?
so June is. Oh my god, June just destroys people. Okay, Joker's already Joker's stolen, and June has just distracted most of the offense. Like, he's out pretty clean. Yeah, I would say I do not like the fact that Joker is a chemist, rather than like.
Heavy.
Yeah, June just destroys the assassin. There's heavy, so they could crit him out, but I don't think they're even going to get a chance to.
It's not gonna happen.
Not from there anyway. This is just not good for Unity. Okay, so Emily's out, I think. Unless I don't know where they are. Maybe she went underground.
Yeah, okay, one thing I want to point out is we saw an extremely, like, long stalemate on Blackout, right?
We could see an even longer one.
This, we technically cannot see a longer one.
No,
right?
we can't see a long one, but it could be
But
another.
this map is very hard to recon on comparatively. Like, this is way harder to recon on than Blackout.
With that said, I mean, you can't use soldiers, and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. Okay, so the one thing is I've actually started playing Soldier a bit on this map recently. But you have to, like, really know how to play it to make it work, and you need to be coordinated on offense.
Yeah, TC is not being coordinated on offense right now.
Alright, so I'm back. I missed the end of the first match, and
It was a
beginning of this
30-minute
one.
stalemate.
30-minute
Okay.
stalemate, pretty much. Which is interesting, because now
A couple
TC,
headshots came through on Unity's side, but
as soon as TC can recover, as soon as they get better at that, they're going to be able to do a lot of
yeah,
damage.
TC got a quick cap on opposites,
This would
but now
actually
we're
be
in
good for
a
Pyro
stalemate.
recov.
You really could get a Pyro Recov here. They're in
Good.
very vulnerable.
Yes, IR specifically. Swit's in a good spot. IR on the other hand.
Oh yeah, no, I
Not
was talking
very.
about Ire.
I will say it's a relatively good spot. It's not a good spot.
Well, I don't think it's a good spot at all. There's 3 ways for a pyro to come in and get here almost unnoticed.
With as long as you
Ure
keep
is in
the
a
entrances
room
guarded,
with
she's
none of
fine.
exit. Okay, she's
Yeah,
moved
whereas
outside now.
there's only one real way to get to Swit, because they'll see him coming up the ladder, and if a pyro comes
Okay.
top, she just drops.
Ure has moved into the spot under the water on the drop there.
This is a
That's
slightly
not bad,
better.
but you can get crit out easy.
Yeah, and I
I
believe
think
you
it might be
can't
headshot
jump
wall.
up directly into the water. You'll
No,
be
you have to be
yeah,
hit.
yeah.
short.
You have to either be
I
hit
know.
or climb the ladder.
Yeah,
Which is not good because
So a pyro can land 2 hits
so
on her
Pyro
before she
could
can
drop down through there. Yeah,
yeah.
and land 2 hits before she can get up. Yeah.
she does also have the medic there.
Recovery's going
So
right now.
she's going up to the good spot. Yeah.
I
Or
don't- Yeah, I don't want the recovery right now.
well, the ladder's not good because the ninja can just knock you down. And yeah. I prefer
So
sitting
we
up
have
top, like right
June
on the
and
corner.
Peg coming in below on Recov.
Okay, so
Megan,
June just
Megan,
destroys,
yeah,
goes
Even
right
dies
up
with frenzy there.
kills 2.
Daniel actually cannot web that. Wait, that's actually a recovery on the other side that came through.
yeah.
I didn't see that. However,
June's
June is
gonna
going to be able to
fire him
steal
first,
here, I
but he might
believe.
not have the timer.
Oh no, yeah, the half-second timer. June's out.
The June is out.
We're now at even again. That's interesting.
Oh,
But
participated is also out though. June dies of
June
damage
was on
there.
low damage, and participated dies.
Dies as
due
well,
damage.
okay.
I think that Swit just got killed via damage because participated was heavy, right?
Yeah, must have been just damage. Still, that's put Unity in a good position again because now they're equal.
Yeah, so we're tied 1-1 here. So overall match and maps are currently tied.
Yeah, this could be an interesting. I mean, this could go on to a 4th map. Not sure how that's gonna.
Well, there is no 4th map, but we could. Like, this is.
I mean, in theory, it's possible.
Well, I don't think it's going to be possible with another match right after, and
With another
Yeah.
match, no. No, actually, I don't think there is. Oh, of course, it's a practice.
This
Yeah,
is,
it's 4
this
o'clock.
is setting the marathon back a bit so far.
No, it's
Well,
not setting it
it's
back
not
yet.
over yet, but
well, we're guaranteed a third map at least.
Yeah, so.
Okay,
Oh,
participated.
trapped.
is
I
out.
like-
Yeah, he's halfway
yeah.
across. He gets
That was
web there. Very nice. But the web gets broken, I think.
I
or
don't know
he
if
just
you were
drops
here
out of
earlier,
it.
boss, but TNSC's flight carrier got webbed, and he was complaining about getting webbed in chat or whatever, but it was actually his own medic.
It's
Wait,
interesting
getting him
how
killed.
this
It's gonna get
switched
this
in
guy.
Unity's favor, yeah. It's really
So it's
interesting how
2-1 for Unity. Slow start, but they're bringing it back
Yeah.
now.
Assassin's coming into flag room. Okay, Assassin goes down.
Okay, so now
Ash is
we've got
going out. She's out on the tunnel side. She can web there.
As medic, yeah,
she
this is.
there is going to be a heavy at the top.
Participate's
for her,
waiting for her.
She just needs to get through this.
She
heavy,
actually
that's it.
knocks participated back a bit at first, but
There are 3
she's
heavies
going to
now.
have to go back
With
down.
two heavies on her.
There's no way she gets down the stairs.
Yeah.
There's no way she's winning that.
Yeah.
There is no way.
That one
And
heavy turned into 3
Fire
heavies.
was in the flag room there, so no
One heavy
second
turns
steal.
into 3 heavies really quickly on this map, and you need
It's
heavy.
actually hiding in flag here, waiting for them to come down the side tunnel.
I
Interesting
believe we
spot there.
said before, the more heavies on this map, the better, and it seems to be holding true.
Well, yeah, there's a, I believe, 4 heavy limit in this match. Whereas the last match had 2 heavy limit, so,
Half your team could be based on heavies.
well, which on this map, it's almost worth it. 2 on offense, 2 on defense.
Yeah, and that's what Unity's doing, I think.
Well, it's a 10v10, so not
Alright,
half.
we have a 4-person offense coming in all through bottom for Unity. They have participated as heavy. They also have Eeyore as heavy, Insomniac as soldier, and Daniel as medic.
Daniel's doing
Well,
well with
gets web. Yeah, that's a good web, but he's gonna get caught here. Another good web, actually.
Participated
Participated
gets
in-
steal. He gets knocked forward a bit. He's
Participated
out
is
that
out
side
again.
again.
You see, isn't
He's
it?
taking a lot of damage,
he hit his head there.
I think
Oh,
he got
so
a heal
Daniel's
last.
there as medic to support.
I
He's
don't
gonna-
think he's got anywhere close to a restore yet,
He's
though.
being moved now.
Okay, he's going back down.
This is actually a really good call. Yeah, he can go down, actually, and maybe go out the sponge up top, actually. If he knows
can
about
get
that route.
Henry's following him. No, he's going.
He's just gonna go straight, which gives him another chance to recover, but
Henry did not fire a full power arrow there, so he did not get the fire on him. Slow him down.
actually, you can
Okay,
get
so
the
there's going to be
Yeah.
2 medics coming across to him.
TC is going to need a
Killer
steal.
needs a freeze or something here.
Yeah.
Okay, so TC is actually going to get a steal here with Swit going top. Relatively untouched.
She's
however, this
taking
is
a lot of
two heavies
damage.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just dead.
That's,
Now, this
yeah.
looks like
gonna
another
walk
captain
away.
participated.
Yeah.
3-1.
3-1. That was fast.
They turned around. They turned that game
Really
around really
quick, yeah.
fast. Yeah. So now TC goes into the third match with a 2-cap disadvantage.
Which
Yep,
is surprising.
they have to 3-0 to win by 2 caps to tie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
definitely.
And
It's
the
Valley
map
of Ruin.
is Valley of Ruin, so it's a defense map.
Which is a map that's difficult to get 3 caps on, period.
Yeah. Now, if
It
the
doesn't-
archer
it
advantage
doesn't
does
design-
matter more on this one again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but as we saw last game, it is very easy.
Mm.
Oh
It's-
wait,
Face map,
that's
but-
interesting. I think Unity would be very okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'd be fine with that.
Let's see what they say here. I mean, I think with 10 minutes, TC has virtually no chance of winning.
Virtually no chance. Yeah. I don't know why they're trying to.
Okay,
I guess
yeah.
we're
I don't know
15.
why they're taking the time higher.
So, okay, I'll set timer once you start here.
I
well.
don't-
All right, if that is agreed.
I don't get
Alright,
why.
we're going to 15 minutes then.
I mean,
Alright.
that's given TC like a little bit of a disadvantage, but I mean, I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, well, 15 minutes is like infinitely better than 10 if they want to get 3 caps.
I think they're
Yeah.
underestimating themselves though, because they are going to have the archer advantage most likely on this one.
But yeah,
Doesn't
but
look
I
like-
think they're more focused on just getting all the matches in than.
yeah.
Unity had an advantage, and they allowed themselves to increase the time limit, giving them more of a chance to lose. I'm not sure why they did that.
Logic.
Well, I mean,
Well,
they
I
wanna
think
play
they're
all
more
the matches.
focused on just playing the matches. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but strategically, that was not the best move.
Well, of
I have
course.
an advantage at the moment that's like hard to overcome.
All right, we have 2 soldiers coming in for Unity. Participated is the second one. He's taken a lot of damage and goes down.
Eagle's coming in, but again, gonna get wrecked. Okay. So nothing surprising. Looks like Joker has definitely taken up the midfield. doing a lot of damage to the offense, from what I can see.
This map is slightly less medic OP, but it is still quite powerful for medic.
Is it? Really?
Well,
Well, I mean, it's
Oh,
definitely
the
it's a lot worse than opposites.
Also, just a side note that
the
joke
entrances to
reports
the
past a
flag
certain
room
point
are
will get you kicked. Believe it or
What,
not.
sorry, I didn't catch that.
What was that? Sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
just a
yeah,
side note that joke reports will get you kicked past a certain point.
yeah,
Yeah.
That includes people playing matches.
yeah. So if it happens again, then
I would love
I think
to know
that's
what
the
that report
second
was.
one I've seen from Daniel, so yeah.
alrighty, I'll keep an eye
I
out
would
for that
love
then.
to see what those reports are.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one, so.
Gotcha.
That. Okay, so 2 soldiers coming in on red side here actually, or red.
Let's have a check at. Okay, June was actually pulling blues, you know,
Henry
because
saves Frenzy here, but that's actually gonna allow the soldier to get out. Actually, yeah, gonna use Frenzy last minute, but not be able to land any hits.
And
on the
there is
medic.
a medic waiting up there for him.
Henry tried way too hard to save that Frenzy. He should have just
Yeah.
used it.
Okay, Joker is
Just say
probably
that,
going to be in position to headshot here.
I think it's
If they
fairly.
don't get someone on him, that's a
Narrow
easy play.
miss. Narrow miss.
Oh, he's
Okay,
this
the
is-
medic
this-
goes
this
down.
This is just Insomniac dodging these arrows at this point.
Yeah.
It's him versus the Archer right now.
Several very narrow misses, and Joker did die there, so he's probably been pressured. Yes,
Yep,
he is.
that is. If he gets a medic here,
Okay, there is an assassin.
if that medic gets him, this is probably going to be a capture.
Yeah,
That's a restore.
I think he got knocked past the medic, though.
He got the restore though. Daniel hit him.
I saw the heart. Definitely got. Okay, so
Okay,
Sporty's now.
TC's recov is actually in a a position here.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but
He used the frenzy a little too early that time.
TZ's recap should transition to trying to steal now. Aside from the assassin, of course.
No, I think a good part of them died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Swit's going to steal, but Swit's
he's
extremely
gonna
low.
steal and
She has-
not.
Okay,
Yeah,
they,
oh,
they are
yeah.
actually going to be able to slow for
Swit's
Swit.
out. Swit is out. Swit is out.
No,
Oh,
she's gonna.
no.
She's gonna die. That means Insomniac can now cap.
All credit, there's no one in position to recap. That is a quick 1-0.
It's definitely gonna be a. Yeah.
So
okay.
TC can no longer win this match.
No, they can only draw at
They
best.
can only tie or lose. Yeah.
Which means if they get, which means Unity's now in an amazing position. One more cap and they win.
One more cap game is over. Yeah.
I will also say that I don't think G Henry is anywhere near as good of a pyro as either Kev or Coral. Just from what's been going on so far.
I mean, they have Killer on the roster, in my
I don't
opinion, instead
know.
of power than G Henry, and he's playing right now.
I don't know why they're doing that. G Henry would be better as heavy defense, I think.
I mean, Henry does play Pyro, but I think he's better off on Soldier, Heavy, or even
He's clearly
Ninja.
not
But
good
so
at
far,
pyro.
this is going to be a pretty impressive result for Unity's defense. They're blanking TC's offense, which, I mean, we did see
You know,
Radiant
1
steal
cap
earlier.
in 3 maps so far.
Okay, so now participated is getting into position. He does steal that.
He's going to get frenzied though, which this other soldier might.
And that just shows that could have been a recap there.
I would have liked to see participated maybe drop there and get the other
Oh,
soldier
Good
to steal.
recap from June, just in time.
Yeah, June was
Yeah.
saved that.
I
if
think
he-
participated should have dropped and had Insomniac steal.
But the thing
Do
is,
they have
if
Alexis Rose playing Archer now?
That's
Alex-
interesting.
Alexis
Is Joker
Rose,
not on?
no,
Joker is heavy now.
Alexis, Alexis is on TC, not. Oh, of course.
They
Yeah,
might
sorry.
just be swapping roles around, knowing that they can't win.
No, they can win. That's the thing. Like, they can draw, but
Well, they can draw, yeah, but
I can
Odds
say
are against them, but it's not over yet. Swit does have the flag.
Yeah.
I will say Alexis is
She
not as
is
good.
getting out,
Yeah.
but
No
gets
longer.
assassinated,
Good
I
at
think.
aiming as
there are 2 soldiers coming into blue flag room right now. Neither of them have been spotted yet. They're coming down the tunnel right now. June's on 1, the other's in completely untouched. There's already a heavy in there doing damage. Insomniac actually gets knocked on the flag poster. Iris steals, but she's the lowest out of the 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
And she can't go up the mountain to where the medic probably is. I don't see the medic though. Medic in the tunnel actually. If she runs towards the tunnel, she can get the medic, but the pyro's there.
You can do it
The
in long
Pyro
range.
turns around, but Eeyore drops the flag.
Yeah, that's probably because Insomniac was
So
late.
Insomniac's going out here, but this is really
Yeah.
predictable. They could have had people there, I think.
Yeah.
That pyro should have been there. Shouldn't have tried to run
now
back
the only
down.
thing to stop them is
Now Alexis
is
Rose
that-
has to
Alexis, yeah. Alexis is
No
not.
restore.
Alexis is not good with that recover. No, she's not getting anywhere close.
Insomniac is actually like pretty low here. Hasn't gotten a restore yet.
Assassin just misses.
Okay, Insomniac got restore, so
He's healed then.
he's 4 stake.
Alexis isn't shooting anymore. I
He needs
assume
to
she was
play
killed.
further in. Good. He went in there.
Can do some damage now.
He should jump down and go to his support. Except for the pyro's there. Once you kill the pyro, you can
He got healed back. He got healed.
That is a, that's actually really good play from the mage. Killing one medic and separating the other, however there's no one else there to
Okay,
really do
Unity
anything.
has now got the heal. We're now just waiting to see if Insomniac can cap it.
TC needs a steal.
Yeah.
This soldier that was on recovery is now going to steal, which is
Yeah.
good
Just
idea.
look how I think Henry is. I don't know why.
Joker might not beat him. It's going to be close. Yeah, okay, so Joker is going to beat him, but he actually gets knocked over. Joker has to steal. If Joker does not steal, this is a capture. Or Swit actually steals, yeah.
Swit actually gets out. She is on fire. Pyro
Frenzy,
is there. She
dead.
gets killed, but Joker gets
Joker
the
steals.
steal
Oh,
and
he
dies
was
immediately.
really low.
That is a
Yeah,
cap.
he
So
was
that
really
is
low.
game.
That is game, yeah.
Yeah, that's game.
Okay, now it just matters if Olaf. I think they're just screwing around now. Well, they can't win. I don't know. Are they going to end it?
Are they actually ending it, or? Hold up.
I think they're ending it. Yeah,
So there's a 003120.
that is indeed. For,
Both teams.
who would you say was player of the game there?
I mean, what?
Are we going? I mean,
Participating got a fake recon on
Participated.
opposites that led to them getting all this momentum, and he's been doing work. Maybe him.
Yeah, and participated is probably a good pick.
I'd say participated. Yeah, if not participated.
Oh, Unity said they didn't want it. Or, yeah,
What?
the timer said 0, which is what TC had suggested,
Archer cap.
and then Daniel asked about. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it.
Looks
I
like
would
they're
say
giving
quite
the
a
Archer
question.
cap to Sporty.
Yeah. Quite a few questionable plays from.
This is where I stop the timer right before he caps, right?
Yeah, do it now. Do it.
Okay.
All right, so ready to set maps for the Templars?
Yeah.
Have fun.
I'll still count. I should still count that as a 3-0, right? Even with the Archer
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just let him do it, so you know.
Okay.
No MSW for TT. That's right, Brandina.
Unity was what color?
Unity
Red.
was red.
Yep.
See, that's what TC needs to do. Switch to red.
TC won one match on red today. Lost 2 on blue, lost 1 on red.
Haha, so the red won all 3 matches.
Well, red won 3 out of
4. Yes.
yeah.
There you go. Okay, well, good luck in your match, Bosco. I'm presuming you're playing.